You'll cry when you see how God brings you two back together, my beloved soul. There is a divine movement happening around you, quiet, invisible, slow like a sunrise, yet powerful enough to shift the very direction of two lives. You have wondered for so long why the connection between you and this person never fully ended, why their memory never faded, why your heart still feels something when their name crosses your mind. It is because God has been preparing something that will unfold in a way you never expected, and when it happens, you will cry, not out of sadness, but out of pure relief, healing, and overwhelming divine love. You may think right now that everything is over, that too much time has passed, that too many words were left unspoken, or that the distance between you both has become too wide. But what you don't see is that God has been working in the background, touching hearts, rearranging destinies, and leading both of you through paths that may have looked painful, confusing, or unfair, yet every step has been shaping you for the moment of reunion. Your soul feels this truth even before your mind understands it. Because there is a reason why you never fully let go. There is a reason why your heart still whispers their name in the quiet moments. There is a reason why, even after hurting, even after trying to move on, even after telling yourself to forget, something inside you kept pulling you back toward them, not in desperation, but in a deep spiritual knowing. You were connected long before you met. You were written long before you crossed paths. You were chosen long before you understood what love even meant. But God knew. God saw the day you would meet. God saw the way your souls would recognize each other. And God also saw the challenges that would test that bond. The distance, the silence, the misunderstandings, the heartbreak, none of it surprised God. Because even when you felt alone, even when you cried yourself to sleep, even when you begged for answers, something greater than you was carrying the story forward. Sometimes God separates two people not to end the connection, but to strengthen what they will become when they come back together. Sometimes God allows breakage so He can rebuild with a stronger foundation. Sometimes God closes a door because something inside both hearts needs healing before the door can open again. And that is exactly what has been happening. You may not see it, but the other person has been going through their own transformation. They have had nights where they remembered you, moments where your voice echoed in their mind, times where they felt a sudden pull in their chest and didn't understand why. They have been learning lessons, facing truth, and growing in ways you do not know. Life has humbled them. Time has awakened them. And distance has made them realize what truly mattered. You were not forgotten. You were not replaced. You were not just someone from the past. You were a turning point in their life. You were a blessing they didn't know how to protect. You were a prayer they didn't know how to hold. And now, slowly, gently, God is bringing both of you back into alignment. Not rushed. Not forced. Not broken. But in a healed state, ready for something real, peaceful, and guided. There will come a moment, unexpected, ordinary on the outside, but divinely orchestrated on the inside, when your paths cross again. It may be a message they finally gather the courage to send. It may be a call on a day you didn't expect. It may be a meeting that looks accidental but is completely planned by heaven. Whatever the moment looks like, it will feel like the world stops for a second. Because your souls will recognize the timing. Your hearts will feel the shift. You will know, without a doubt, that this reunion was not man-made, it was God-sent. You will cry when you see how God does it. Not because you are weak, but because the peace you feel in that moment will wash away all the fear, all the doubt, all the pain you carried. The weight will lift from your chest. The broken pieces of your heart will come together like they were always meant to. And in that moment, you will realize something powerful: every delay was protection. Every separation was preparation. Every tear you cried watered the ground for this miracle. This person will come back to you with clarity. No more half-love. No more confusion. No more running away from what their soul already knew. They will return with honesty in their voice, softness in their heart, and sincerity in their intentions. And you will feel something inside you shift. Not the old fear. Not the old pain. But a calm knowing that this time, things are different. Because God changed both of you. God softened their heart. God healed your wounds. God removed your doubts. God broke their pride. God strengthened your spirit. Nothing is the same as before. You are not returning to an old story. You are beginning a new chapter with a soul who has been spiritually aligned to meet you again. You don't have to chase. You don't have to beg. You don't have to prove yourself. God is leading them back to you in a way that gives you dignity, respect, and the love you deserve. This reunion will not feel chaotic. It will feel peaceful. It will feel guided. It will feel like destiny finally catching up with time. There is a moment God is arranging. A moment where all the misunderstanding, all the distance, and all the silence between you two melts away. A moment where you both see clearly what you couldn't see before. A moment where love becomes simple again. And when it arrives, you will cry, not because of the past, but because of the beauty of the present. God is bringing the two of you back together in a way that honors your heart and restores your faith in love. Because this connection is more than romantic, it is spiritual. And what is spiritual cannot be destroyed by human mistakes. What is divine cannot be broken by temporary separation. You are being guided into a reunion that will feel like coming home. And when it happens, your soul will whisper, "This is what I've been waiting for. This is what God prepared me for." You have no idea how beautiful the end of this story will be. But God does. And soon, you will see it with your own eyes. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. My beloved soul. There is something God has been doing in the silence, something your heart has felt but your mind hasn't fully understood. You have been sensing a shift in the spiritual atmosphere around you, as if something is moving closer, something is preparing to enter your life again. And that feeling is not your imagination. It is guidance. It is intuition. It is the whisper of destiny telling you that the story is not over, that the chapter you thought had ended is about to open again in a new and beautiful way. You may have moments where you suddenly think of this person without any reason. You may feel their presence even from far away. You may hear a song, see a place, or remember a conversation that stirs emotions you thought you had buried. These are not coincidences. They are signs that the divine thread connecting your souls is tightening again. God is pulling both of you toward a moment of divine alignment, a moment when everything that once fell apart will fall together even more perfectly. Sometimes God hides people from each other so He can heal them separately. Because if He had brought you two together earlier, the wounds would have clashed, the insecurities would have collided, the timing would have broken something precious. So instead of allowing the connection to be damaged beyond repair, God stepped in. God created distance that felt painful but was actually protection. God slowed the pace not to punish you but to prepare you. This person has been carrying lessons they needed to learn, lessons they could only learn through life, through loss, through self-reflection. They had to confront their own fears, their fear of vulnerability, their fear of commitment, their fear of loving deeply and losing. They couldn't admit it before, but their love for you scared them. You awakened emotions they were not ready for. You touched places in their heart they had kept guarded for years. And instead of embracing that love, they ran from it. But running taught them something. Distance taught them something. Silence taught them something. They learned what life feels like without your presence, without your voice, without your support, without the light you brought into them. And that absence changed them more than any words ever could. The world around them may have looked the same, but inside, something started to shift. They began to realize that the peace they felt with you was not ordinary. The comfort they found in your energy was not replaceable. The connection they shared with you was not something they could just walk away from. And now, God is guiding them back. Not because they miss you only, but because they have matured into the version of themselves who can love you properly. As you grew, they were growing too. As you healed, they were healing too. As you released the pain, they were facing their truth. And now, slowly, step by step, their heart is moving toward you again. They may not have said it yet. They may pretend they are fine. They may hide their feelings out of fear, pride, or confusion. But deep inside, they feel the magnetic pull that is drawing them back to you. The more they resist, the stronger that pull becomes. Because when God writes a connection, no amount of distance, silence, pride, or fear can erase it. There will come a moment soon when something triggers them, a memory, a dream, a message they see, a feeling they cannot shake off. And in that moment, they will be overwhelmed with the realization that you were not just someone they cared about. You were the person who touched the deepest part of their soul. They will begin to see the truth with clarity, the love they shared with you was the kind of love that does not fade, the kind of love that does not happen twice, the kind of love that God Himself placed in their path. The reunion God is preparing for both of you is not just emotional, it is spiritual. It will be guided in a way that feels natural, peaceful, and destined. There will be no chaos, no confusion, no forced conversations. Everything will flow effortlessly, like two rivers merging into one stream after traveling through different landscapes. You will talk in a way that feels comfortable again. You will understand each other more deeply. You will feel safe in their presence, and they will feel safe in yours. This time, both of you will be wiser. This time, both of you will be softer. This time, both of you will be ready. You will look at them and see the growth in their eyes. They will look at you and see the strength in your spirit. The things that once caused pain will no longer have power over you. The misunderstanding that once separated you will dissolve under the light of truth. The fears that once held them back will no longer control them. You both will meet as transformed souls, ready for a love that is deeper, calmer, and more real than anything you experienced before. God is not bringing you back together to repeat the old story. God is bringing you back together to write a new one. A story where love is consistent. A story where communication is clear. A story where both hearts feel supported, valued, and cherished. And when that moment of reunion comes, you will feel something inside your chest expand, something warm, something peaceful, something sacred. It will be the feeling of divine timing meeting your destiny. It will be the feeling of home returning to you. And you will realize that everything you went through, every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt, was preparing you for this beautiful chapter. You will understand why God separated you. You will understand why God made you wait. You will understand why things didn't work out earlier. Because now the timing is finally right. You may cry when it happens. Not because of pain, but because of relief. Because of healing. Because of gratitude. God is bringing them back to you in the most unexpected, gentle, and emotional way. And when you see how He does it, you will know that this love was always protected, always guided, always meant. My beloved soul. There is a part of this journey that you may not see clearly right now, but heaven has been watching closely. God has been guiding every emotion, every pause, every memory that rises in your heart. You think you are the only one feeling this pull. But the truth is, the same gentle tug is happening within them too. Even if they hide it. Even if they pretend they've moved on. Even if they distract themselves. Something inside them keeps returning to you, because their soul recognizes what their mind is still trying to understand. This person has been experiencing moments of unexpected clarity, moments where they suddenly remember the way you laughed, the way you listened, the way your energy felt safe. They have moments where they wonder why nothing else feels the same. Why other connections fall flat. Why other conversations lack depth. Why no one else brings the peace that you brought to them without even trying? These moments are not random. They are divine reminders. Whispers from God. A pull from the soul they are meant to return to. You have been transforming in ways they can feel even from afar. They sense your strength. They sense your glow. They sense your healing. They may not understand why, but they do feel it. Your spiritual energy is shifting, expanding, rising, and they feel that shift like a soft wind brushing their heart. It reminds them of the person they once held close but didn't fully appreciate. It awakens a longing they thought they had buried. But longing is not the only thing growing inside them. Awareness is growing too. Awareness of what they lost. Awareness of how they behaved. Awareness of the love they didn't know how to hold. They are realizing now that you were not someone they were meant to forget. You were not just a chapter in their life. You were a turning point. You were the person who opened their eyes to what love should feel like. Your presence changed something inside them so deeply that even life after you feels different. But here is what you must understand, my beloved soul. God is not bringing them back to you as the same person who left. They are being reshaped through experiences, through challenges, through quiet nights where they replay memories of you and wonder how they could have handled things differently. They are learning humility, compassion, patience, and emotional depth. They are realizing what truly matters, who truly matters, and what kind of love they are meant to offer. Your separation has been their awakening. Your silence has been their mirror. Your absence has been their greatest teacher. And now, God is preparing the moment where both of you will stand again, not as two wounded souls, but as two healed spirits ready to love with intention and truth. The reunion God is shaping will not be dramatic or chaotic. It will be soft. It will be gentle. It will come with a peace that will touch your heart before their words even do. The first moment you see them again, whether it's in person, through a call, or through a simple message, it will feel like your soul takes a deep breath for the first time in a long time. Nothing forced. Nothing rushed. Nothing confusing. Just a natural, divine moment where two hearts that were always connected finally meet again. You will notice the change in their eyes first. They will look at you with a mixture of relief, softness, and something they never showed before, vulnerability. They will see you not just as someone they loved, but as someone they respect deeply. Someone who changed them. Someone they want to protect. Someone they do not want to lose again. And you. You will feel your heart soften in a way that surprises you. The anger, the frustration, the hurt, these feelings will melt when you realize that their spirit has shifted. You will feel peace instead of tension. Calm instead of fear. Understanding instead of confusion. It will feel like your soul recognizes theirs again, but now with even more clarity. The first conversation may be simple. Something gentle. Something normal. Maybe a greeting. Maybe a small memory. maybe a question about how you've been. But behind those simple words will be the weight of everything they wanted to say for so long but didn't know how. Their voice may shake slightly. Their sentences may come slowly. But their intention will be pure. They will not be coming back with games or confusion. God has washed all of that away. They will come back with a sincerity that will touch your heart. The healing will happen through small moments. A shared laugh. A long look. A soft pause. A deep breath. A silent understanding. Your souls will speak louder than your lips. And slowly, naturally, the past will lose its power. The hurt will fade, because God will replace it with clarity. You will understand why everything happened the way it did. You will understand the timing. You will understand the purpose behind the pain. And most importantly, you will realize that nothing was lost. Things were simply rearranged for a better, stronger, more divine reunion. This time, the love will feel different. Not uncertain. Not fragile. Not one-sided. It will feel balanced. It will feel reciprocal. It will feel safe. Because both hearts will be ready. Both minds will be clear. Both spirits will be aligned. God is not giving you back the old version of them. God is giving you the healed version. The awakened version. The version who finally understands the value of having someone like you in their life. And you will feel the difference immediately. When they speak, you will hear truth. When they listen, you will feel seen. When they touch your hand, you will feel home. When they choose you, it will be with full intention. Nothing halfway. Nothing hidden. Nothing uncertain. And in that moment, when the reunion finally becomes real, a deep emotional wave will rise inside you. You may not be able to hold back the tears. But they will not be tears of pain, they will be tears of healing. Tears of gratitude. Tears of knowing that God kept His promise, even when you doubted, even when you felt tired, even when you felt forgotten. You will cry because you will finally understand. God never took this person away from you. He was simply preparing both of you for each other. And now, your souls are ready. My beloved soul. There is a moment coming where everything will finally make sense to you. A moment where your heart will feel a kind of peace it hasn't felt in a long time. A moment where the confusion, the waiting, the wondering, the emotional storms you walked through will suddenly feel worth it. Because God has been guiding you toward a reunion that carries purpose, clarity, and healing. You have been feeling this inner shift recently, this quiet sense that something is aligning in your favor. You may not be able to explain it, but your spirit senses that a big change is coming. That something you thought was lost is returning. That someone who once walked away is slowly finding their way back home. What you don't see is that behind the scenes, God has been working on both your hearts. You think you've changed a lot, and you have, but so have they. Their heart has been going through a deep transformation. They have been learning lessons they once refused to face. They have been letting go of pride, fear, and emotional walls they carried for years. They have been breaking habits that once destroyed their relationships. They have been confronting the shadow parts of themselves that made them push you away. This time, they are not coming back as someone who is unsure of you. They are coming back as someone who finally understands what love truly means. They used to love you with their emotions. But now they love you with their soul. And that is the difference. There have been many nights where they tried to distract themselves from memories of you, but failed. They tried to move on, but their heart wouldn't allow it. They tried to convince themselves that they didn't care anymore, but their spirit kept returning to you. And the more they tried to silence the feelings, the louder they became. Because when a connection is divine, the heart cannot erase what the soul remembers. It scares them sometimes, how deeply they still feel for you. Not because the love is weak, but because the love is powerful. Stronger than anything they've ever experienced. They are realizing that they didn't lose interest, they simply weren't ready for a love as real as yours. But now, something is happening to them, something that is pushing them toward you. It might be dreams. It might be memories. It might be unexpected emotions rising inside their chest. It might even be situations in their life falling apart so something new can be built. God is shaking their world just enough to guide them back to where they belong. They are being humbled, softened, awakened, pulled toward you with a force they can't resist. And when they return, the shift in their energy will be undeniable. They will speak differently. They will behave differently. They will look at you differently. Their eyes will show sincerity. Their actions will show consistency. Their words will carry truth instead of confusion. This reunion won't feel rushed or messy. It will feel divinely timed. The way you reconnect will feel natural, almost effortless. Like the universe gently placing you back in each other's paths. Maybe through a message you didn't expect. Maybe through a call that happens suddenly. Maybe through a meeting that feels guided. But when the moment arrives, your heart will know. Nothing inside you will feel anxious. Nothing inside you will feel forced. Nothing inside you will feel unclear. It will feel like your soul exhales. Because now, both of you will finally be ready to love each other the right way. With patience. With understanding. With maturity. With emotional honesty. Your connection will deepen in ways you never experienced before. The conversations will be richer. The understanding will be clearer. The bond will be stronger. You will not repeat the past, because the past has already served its purpose. It taught you what to value. It taught them what to cherish. It taught both of you how to love without fear. This time, the love will not break you. It will build you. You will become each other's peace instead of each other's question mark. You will become each other's safe place instead of each other's challenge. You will become each other's choice instead of each other's confusion. And when you finally stand in front of them, whether physically or emotionally, you will feel something sacred rise in your heart. You may feel tears burn at the back of your eyes, not because of pain but because of relief. Because you will finally realize that the waiting was never empty. God was shaping you both for this moment. This reunion will be the moment your heart whispers, "This is what I prayed for." And their heart will whisper, "This is what I was searching for." You will cry not from heartbreak, but from a healing so deep, so pure, so divine, that every wound inside you begins to close. Because God is bringing you two back together in a way that restores faith, strengthens love, and honors everything you survived. Your story is not ending. Your story is just beginning. And this time, it will be beautiful.